So let's have a look at Aston Villa, who beat Leicester City 2-1 at the weekend. And it's that man again, Duran, off the bench to score the winner, and an excellent header. Plus, we had another Amadou Onana goal. Amadou, not Andre, as he told us in interview, and with his excellent T-shirt that he's wearing on Belgium duty. If you've not seen that, please go and look it up. The name's not even Andre. Fantastic. Villa, Dave, off the back of a Champions League draw, which fans will be very excited about. There's some excellent and exciting ties in that we'll talk about briefly. They're going to get another Premier League win. Exactly what they needed after the Arsenal game, wasn't it?
Definitely, and I think potentially a banana skin, really. I think, to be honest, if how Leicester performed as well, I actually think they had quite a decent game. But on the balance of play, I mean, if you look at what Villa have done, even though I don't think it's probably their best game, you'll probably admit that as well.
Yeah.
They've managed to obviously score the goals, and Jhon Duran, who's turned from villain almost to cult hero. Yeah. Although I'm sure there are probably a few Villa fans who are still a little bit
they love him,
as long as he keeps producing the goods, that's all that matters.
Do you want to know a mad stat about him? Of any player to have scored 5 or more Premier League goals, only Erling Haaland has a better goals to minute ratio in Premier League history than Jhon Duran currently. Now, all right, he's got 7 goals. It's not like he's scored thousands. But it's an impressive impact that he has when he comes on the pitch, isn't it?
It is, and I think the ego that he has, I think it helps him. I think
it does.
I think he kind of comes on and expects to make a difference. I mean, we've seen it. We saw it last year. He scored some important goals at times, and I just think he's going to be a real good sort of backup for Ollie Watkins. And
well, there's it almost
seems like he's determined to be a rotation option and be starting games at times. I think it might suit. It might suit him a little bit more for Villa to start him against certain teams than others. But it's great to see him coming in on the back of obviously that failed move to West Ham and really proving himself, because I think he needed this. He needed to come in and just kind of stem the tide a little bit in terms of I think the negativity that was probably coming from Villa fans towards him.
Yeah, absolutely. So the end of the transfer window left a lot of Villa fans frustrated because there wasn't any more defensive reinforcements, and now Carlos and Matty Cash both have injuries. That gave Bogard a chance to make his Premier League debut. Yes, he is the nephew of Winston Bogard, who I know is a favourite of yours, Dave, from back in the day. Would you be worried about Villa's defensive depth when you consider the length of the season they'll have? They've obviously got 8 Champions League games to play coming soon as well. Is that a bit of an issue for them?
It's difficult to say, isn't it? I mean, I think they'll be looking to keep some of their defenders fresh. I think knowing Unai Emery will be looking to kind of manage that squad as well as he can. And these 2 games, they're mega, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yes. Looking at them, both being at Villa Park as well, I just think he'll be looking to rotate that squad in the coming weeks. He'll probably look at the Everton game as one where he can actually make changes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nedeljkovic start at right back and even Bogard at centre back in that game. Get a couple of players some minutes and rest the sort of key players for those Champions League fixtures. There'll be a player that will definitely play against Everton. Former Evertonian himself, Amadou Onana. He has made an incredible start to life at Villa, hasn't he? 2nd goal in 3 games as well. And not just the goal scoring, his presence in midfield. He looks the best player on the pitch whenever he's on it at the moment. Obviously, he's gone off to international duty now, where he'll play alongside Tielemans even more. And the partnership that they seem to have in the middle of the park, that could be really fruitful for Villa, couldn't it?
I think looking at the confidence that he seems to have gained from making this move as well, I think it shows the sort of character that he is and the way he's actually spoken about Unai Emery as well. It's actually really fascinating to hear what he said on him and his sort of influence on his game. But I agree. I think I thought it was a good move. I did think it was a big price, even at such a young age. But he's proven himself so far, and
he really is.
Hopefully he can continue to do that.
And he seems to have developed a really good connection with the club and the fan base already as well. It's really nice seeing the way that he responds to them after the games. He's involved in all the celebrations. He's got a lot of character, a lot of personality about him. And Villa have really appreciated having that in the squad over the last couple of years with the likes of Emi Martinez, John McGinn, Tyrone Mings, big characters around the place. And he seems to fit that build really well. And that's what Emery wants. He wants people from top to bottom that really get the club. And I think he's an excellent addition.